Go!
Hello, everybody. I
Chat,
am
everyone say,
your
everyone
local
wave.
community manager. Some of you guys probably don't know me.
What's up?
I am new. I am very happy to be here. And my name is Julian Zero Nana Johnson. So happy to be here. Let's get right into it. Hello, everybody. Hi, Ruben. Yes, we are live. I can see chat.
Wait, Ruben's
This is
in chat?
exciting.
Yo, there's Ruben. Let's
Let's
go.
get right into it and
Okay,
talk
maybe you
about
guys
this
could hang up
patch. We're
out
here
up
to
here.
talk about what changes are coming,
Turn them up,
and
please.
let's take a sneak
I have them
peek.
turned up like
So first, before we get into it,
as
I
high as
want
we
to
can.
intro one of the minds behind this patch. So that will be John Mormon. He's worked at Riot for over 5 years on both League and lore. He co-set led for Worldwalker, Darken Saga. He has a master's degree in game design. Stay in school, kids. And he is a new dad, which is why he isn't here today. He is taking his baby to visit
Yeah,
his
Walrus.
family. Yes, we are real people, and we go visit our families. And next we have the illustrious David Smith, who is here today. And there he is. And I will go ahead and let you intro
Hi, Dave.
yourself, David.
Hi, a lot of you probably know me online as Plink. That's also what I am in game. I've been working on Runeterra for around 2 years.
I'll turn them up just a little more.
I just worked on a ton of other card games. If you ever want to find out which ones,
I turned them up, chat. Let me know if it's too loud.
The stuff I worked on primarily that you'd be familiar with is Jace, Akshan, some work on Gwen, some work on Kane.
More? I can't turn
like
it up
John,
anymore.
I have a graduate degree, but in nothing as useful as game design.
It's max.
So instead of core
It's
loops,
max.
I can talk to you about American pragmatism or epistemology, skepticism. I'm sure none of this is interesting, but nonetheless, I do have I do have this degree. So.
Turn down Runeterra. It's their music. It's not my music.
Hey, you know, it all comes into play at some point, so.
Definitely.
All right, so what are the patch goals? What are we trying to do in this patch?
Okay, so as you might have guessed from looking at the change list as you've seen it, one of the main focuses of this patch is a new look at Daybreak. So it's a pretty substantial rework to Daybreak, including a very substantial rework to Leona. We also have reworked Nocturne and Nightfall a little bit, as we'll see, and then just a lot of different buffs and nerfs that we'll get to as we come to them. One thing to keep in mind, a lot of you, I saw a lot of people trying to guess what's in this patch. You did not guess what is in this patch. It's a very spicy patch that John has created for you.
Okay.
So strap yourselves in. I will walk you through. We'll walk through it together. Also, this is his. Like, I didn't make this slide presentation. This is his. So if you like the joke, feel free to send him a note saying you're very funny, John. They're dad jokes. He's a recent dad. I made Steve Rubin do my jokes last time because he did the presentation for the LPP meeting. So I suppose now I'm stuck on the other end of this. Perhaps it'll be a walking tradition.
I love how my my Discord notifications were going off while you're talking.
You're muted, Jillian.
Oh, okay. Here, should be good. Okay, cool. Can you hear me now?
Jillian, you're muted.
Am I just too quiet? Can you hear me now? Oh, okay. You can't hear me, but the stream can.
NA production.
Oh, I see.
Welcome.
Oh no.
the funds of live streaming.
Discord notice,
Increase my
yeah.
volume a little bit. Okay, cool.
They're doing
yes,
it live.
We're gonna get right into it. One of the funnest parts, I think, for being on this side is dropping that asset of like what changes are coming, and then seeing all the speculation, and then knowing whether or not it's right. But let's just get right into it. I'm glad. Someone says it's 3 a.m. there, but they're still here. That's dedication.
Oh, man, that's awesome. So a brand new day, and it really is a brand new day. I assure you. Leona.
Challenger. Gains
Leona
barrier on Daybreak?
Substantially reworked. Not mentioned here, we moved Leona up the curve by 1, so she's now a 5.
5 mana?
She has a very different role in Daybreak now.
She's Kane,
she
chat.
starts at level 1
She's
with
Kane.
Challenger, and then on level 2, when you Daybreak, she gets Barrier and retains Challenger. So she's considerably more board control than she was before. She retains the stun function, so but she loses the Overwhelm.
Wait, so they lose the tempo thing?
So that's
she's literally
how
Kane.
Leona looks now.
Okay.
When we moved Leona up, as you'll see in the next slide or so, we also moved some other things down to fill her role.
4 mana Stellacorn?
And up lower. if you want to move on.
4-mana
Yeah,
Stellar chat.
people's reactions to this already are so fun.
4-mana
I
Stellar
can imagine. It's
Let's
pretty
go.
spicy.
3-mana stun.
So here, Sun Guardian
activate,
used to
grant
be
me
6,
plus
it's
1.
now a 3.
Oh, this thing just builds up.
Instead of a one-time buff,
Give
it
other
now
allies
has a
plus
grant.
health.
So if you play it
What
on
the
curve,
fuck?
it is a 3/4 on curve. Gets bigger whenever you Daybreak. So a much more exciting unit.
Wait, it doesn't have
We've given
overwhelm
them another
anymore.
option at 4. The Stellar
doesn't have
Corn,
overwhelm.
which used to be at 5 and would heal 3, it really saw close to no play. So we decided to do something a little more proactive that didn't rely on having your units heal. This one buffs them.
Are we gonna Zenith Blade?
So
Stop it, stop it.
Yeah,
People are losing their minds. Like, this is really great. They're like, whoa!
No, I can't see the chat in case you didn't
Playable!
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy stuff. All right.
Big changes. Let's go. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, Morning Light, also a cost drop. So it doesn't do as much as it did, but what it does is really quite nice.
Wait, that's still broken. Wait, that's broken.
Will give activate 1 unit stay. Instead
Oh,
of
1 unit.
But now it only costs 3. And it doesn't require day for the activate.
Sunburst is just 5 mana?
The
Holy
Sunburst buff,
shit.
I think could probably see a lot of play, just like in Targon in general, not just in day.
Shit.
This is a much stronger piece of removal. I think part of our goal in balancing this was to address the current environment, which has a lot of units that are a little hard to tackle.
Okay.
So we're moving this down. Hopefully, this will see play both in day and outside of day. Just increase Targon's rate, which is one of the worst in the game.
I think this is so exciting, especially because like Daybreak is getting a facelift, but it's also it's adding so many different options in other places too. So.
Yeah, we had tested out even more changes than this, but this we decided this was the spice that the game could handle.
Activate 1
really
Daybreak effect.
Is
that
there's even more spice coming? So okay, let's go next.
It's probably good.
Okay, so now we're off of day, we're into the night.
All right.
Okay,
you could Leona and then proc her thing.
Nocturne is not just a night card anymore. Nocturne is now also tracking Fearsome for his level up. This is, I think, this is a very exciting change. This is sort of what Nocturne's wanting, I think, to see play.
Wait, if Fearsome Nightfall unit attacks, is that kind of 1 or 2?
Fearsome Lord. Sure, I can tell by Jillian's reaction that people are going crazy.
There's a lot of no's and also let's go. So this one is a little bit more controversial. Like everyone for Daybreak was just pretty overall happy. This one, there's some people that have strong feelings both ways.
Yeah, well, it's a spicy change, and we also to go with this change with Nocturne, we tried to improve Twisted Treeline, a card that saw.
Yeah, I think this card is still unplayable.
And also put it in both.
Because you don't get to attack until like turn 5 with it, right?
So this
even with a nut.
Is designed to fit in with whichever direction you take Nocturne.
We have a really interesting question from chat. So if something is Fearsome and Nightfall, then will it count 2 for the progression of Nocturne's level up?
It did before I fixed it.
So now it only counts 1.
It should count 1.
That's
if you
funny.
see it count 2, yeah.
That's funny.
So if you see it count 2, that's a bug. It used to, but no, they only count 1.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah, people are like, no, my cheese, it's gone.
Nick fucking bitching. Okay, cool. He gets a Nocturne buff, he's still bitching. Oh my god.
So not only did we fix Treeline, we've also given Vilemon itself.
Who's gotten left? This is Plink.
So it now buffs other Fearsome allies when it's...
So as someone who's played like League for a long time, I really love that both Twisted Treeline and Vilemon are finding like another home in Runeterra, because I feel like there's a subset of people that are so sad about that game mode getting like sunset in League. So now we're super happy that we're getting to live our fantasies here in Runeterra. So I'm really happy about this.
It's not main deckable. It's not a main deckable card.
This one killed me. Do you want to read Brian's tweet? This is the official tweet.
Why don't you read it?
Okay.
Like read it from my screen.
Brian, who is one of our designers, who is
Sir
our resident
Coblick.
meme lord, decided to tweet out, due to inflation and global supply chain issues, we have to increase the mana cost of all cards by 1. Sorry. So this is just a nerf across the board.
Base.
This is a joke, guys. This is a
Giga
joke.
chat, slowing
We're
down
just
the
kidding.
game? This is what everyone
Don't
wanted,
take
right,
it too
chat?
seriously.
Everything's
Here,
slowed
let's
down.
get into the actual nerfs.
Okay, so.
Oh, thank God.
Hate spike, back up to 2.
Wait, but that's why
Mark
it's
of
so
the
weird
Storm,
that Signing
back
got
down
nerfed,
to
right?
2 damage. I led the patch that changed these cards. John reverted it. John wanted me to pretend that there was a giant war between John and I. This is not true. John is the most wonderful person I've ever met. Fantastic designer. But as I find these were interesting changes. I think hate spike. I feel like hate spike change generated a very good meta. I like the meta for this last patch. I played a lot of it myself on ladder. Unfortunately, that meta was heavily dominated by Shadow Isles decks. So
Based Shadow Isles haters.
We're pushing it back, despite the fact that I think it created a lot of people had a lot of opportunity to make some really creative decks with the 1C hate spike. I think it was just clearly overrated. Kennen drives people crazy, so 3 damage was we visited it. We're now leaving that land. For those of you who are sad, I'm sorry. I love Kennen. I tried to do what I could, but I've been overruled.
So one of the things that I kind of notice is with obviously with the Control Z where we're resetting it, seems like the team's less afraid to try stuff out and then roll it back if it doesn't land where it wants.
Yeah, I think this is an important thing to take as a walk. Take away from this is we are going to try making strong changes. We are happy to really rock the meta significantly.
Mark,
if it's not working, we're just going to keep an eye on it and move it back.
We can talk about later.
Game as fun as possible for everybody.
I don't know if that's the case.
We all play too. So I think these were close. They did some interesting things, but just on balance, 1C hate spike was well overrated. Maybe, as some people have suggested, we'll revisit a kill card that does 2 but doesn't generate a husk. The husk generation is just gratuitous.
Yeah. Awesome. So let's go ahead and move on. And then while we do that, I want to give a shout out to Maseru, who's moderating for us, and she's always working in the shadows to help support us. So I just want to give her a quick shout out. But yeah, here's our next
band simp.
So as John mentioned, this is the goal here is to rein in some decks with some really high variance.
Peak got nerfed.
It's really been our experience.
Wait, no shot.
Like Targon
no shot.
Or timelines to some extent.
Peak got nerfed.
Really can generate a lot.
Oh my God, no shot.
Frustration when you're on the other end of it. So we don't really want these decks to be super dominant.
Oh my God.
So despite the fact that timelines was not really breaking our win rate KPIs, like we still.
All right, what's the next card to go after, chat? What's the next card?
We had a feeling that this was going to be too strong when we released Weapon Masters. It was just too good a target. This should still leave space for the deck, but not keep it essential to any strategy we're not.
I'm seeing some questions in chat. So some people are mentioning Targon's Peak. So the official patch notes come out tomorrow, but I mentioned this in the patch notes. But this is a sneak behind the curtain of game dev for you guys. So we're making changes and adjustments kind of like up to the last minute, which is why on that on the picture it says subject to change. So this is one of the
there better not be a
kind
nominer.
of
Please
that,
no.
that came through a little bit later. So we did make it on the cutoff for that image. But it
not
is
a nominer, please
patch,
no.
So just to give you guys a little bit
no,
of context.
Stop it. No
but
shot.
Let's go ahead and move on.
No.
Viego,
no.
Viego, this is a pretty big change to Viego. Cost up 1. He also got a little bigger.
I need 1 seasonal shot. I need to win the next seasonals.
We're breaking things kind of continually for quite some time now. We really felt that with the sort of husk package.
This is a base
even
nerf.
without just the base package available in Shadow Isles.
You have killed Ravine, and now Peak. What's
and
next?
A bit too hard to deal with.
What
so
power do you
we
have?
moved him up, and still think he's viable here, but it doesn't. It's not
Thanks
quite
for the
as
bits, Kush.
monolithic early on.
No, I think this is a great change. I think this is super valid.
This is another contentious one in the change.
It's
There's
super
people
valid.
saying, leave my boy alone, and people saying, yes, Viego. So I have to admit, I pretty much only play Viego, so I was really sad to hear about this. But I kind of understand. I really understand with all the Viego I've been playing. So
our dream is not to squash Viego out of the environment. If it turns out that his play rate just goes completely down the toilet, we'll just look at this again. I mean, to be honest, it's not. I don't.
I can only hope so,
Reggie. Remain viable here. Obviously, it's not as strong. But you know, we'll revisit it if it's very frustrating. And for those of you who are happy, yeah, we got him.
Man, people are calling me a menace to society for just playing Viego. I will still play him, even if his play rate plummets. I'm gonna be like the 1%.
I'll check it out later, Spider Mention.
Oh man.
Sinan loses 2 tails.
But why?
I guess those 2 tails had 2 of his health.
But why?
Basically, this card was just seriously over. When we start, when we're giving away that much on summon, having it, we really can't give away that much in stats. So we just try to bring him up a little into line. I still think the main value that one gets from signing is the summon effects. So,
but like, what deck is he hitting?
That will still be available.
I don't know.
But it won't quite as big.
That's kind of sad.
People are demanding that we change the name to sign in 998 tails to accommodate this nerf, which I am on board with.
I think we could, but I don't know how long that is in German, so I'm a little concerned about that title. I don't want to.
I feel like the German text in Loke is always a nightmare.
That's funny.
There's been some really funny threads on the Reddit too of just posting like the German Loke where it's like it's so much text.
I mean, just be glad we're not like a different card game. Lore text is actually fairly short compared to like something like Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
That's true.
Imagine
Yu-Gi-Oh just goes off the rails, but
Yu-Gi-Oh 4-point German.
Oh man. All right, next change.
Harrowing.
Okay, but why?
I played Red Gwen all the way up to Master before this took the nerf and hit Spike 2, I suppose. As I was playing, I had in the back of my mind, how much would this change for that deck? It changes it some. I mean, this card has always been on our watch list because often it's a you win card when you play it. So again, not trying to destroy it, but trying to bring it more on what we think its balance point is. That deck, Red Gwen, was probably just consistently across the whole course of this patch. If
it's for Red Gwen and not S-Side Nami, that's surprising.
Violating for our metrics, the first being Pirates, so it got a little attention.
I actually have a question I'm going to go back really quick. Someone asked, was this change to sign in, was it for like a specific deck or archetype that was meant to target, or was it just kind of like a general, this card is overperforming?
I mean, possibly. I think it was just the card was overperforming. I mean, we were seeing a lot of different Ionian decks. I think they showed up the most in Ezreal Cannon in terms of the decks that were
at least with harrowing nerf, you won't lose ruination to aloof travelers. Now
the decks was on our radar to hit, but mostly just in terms of looking at Ionia, this card stood out as something that was over relative to a lot of the other cards.
Okay.
Not a specific thing.
Makes sense. As we go on, someone says buff Pirates. I don't think that was the goal.
I think this is super valid. This is fair.
Rite of Calling. Many people have expressed frustration with Rite of Calling. Certainly, infinitely higher cost. Just going from 0 to 1. So I suppose it's true, John. That is infinitely higher cost. We think that this is a much more fair price point and a less frustrating one in general, but for a card that's, I think,
Time Bomb Printer,
a bit too strong for a while.
Yep, makes sense. Let's move on. This text, I
That might actually still be
So
playable.
this is perhaps one of my favorite jokes.
This
here.
might
Have
be
you heard the
fine.
bad
It hurts
news
some
about Our
matchups,
Lady
but this
of
might be fine.
Nagakaboris? So not just one hit, but 2 hits. So it only does 1 Nexus damage, and it only does 3 unit damage. The 4 was really putting a lot of pressure on our mid-range champs. So we've hit this a couple times. I think this was probably the most one of the most dominating cards in the environment. So I think this is not a surprise to anybody. This is getting touched.
Yeah, no, this is a great change. I like this
kind of
change.
like where this landed. I know it's a strong nerf to this card, but hopefully it's still viable, at least in Alawi. We didn't touch Eye yet. We haven't done the triple crown of Alawi of spawn.
Don't hit Eye. Eye is
nerfs.
based.
Eye is certainly also quite strong.
I feel like all of the Alawi players are like crying 1 tear of joy and 1 tear of sadness, but move on. Oh, the spicy spice.
Okay, so many people actually
But why?
guessed that we'd probably take this to 6. Yeah, this is a very spicy change, and it's something that has been in our minds, but we've never really pulled the trigger on until now. The main reason we did it is, I guess one way you could describe it is Decimate sort of jumped on a grenade for a bunch of other cards in Noxus. Because it's like, it was super difficult for us to nerf pirates.
You're hitting Sermon.
Because there was so much redundancy at the lower end of the curve, and those cards are themselves quite hard to nerf without destroying. So we went this direction. It's possible if I do think Burn and sort of aggro play a very useful role in our environment. So if we feel like that's underperforming, we may revisit this later. But for now, we're going to live in a world with 6-cost Decimate.
No, absolutely not. What the fuck?
See how it goes. And you said on the lower end of the curve. Do you mean just like the lower cost units in the aggro?
Yeah, it's just really hard to touch those 1s and 2s because it's difficult to. You don't have a lot of number.
And rearguard's the only one you can hit,
and if
right?
they have an ability that usually doesn't have a lot of number give, like it's hard to, like moving a 2-1 or 2-2 to a 2-1 can effectively kill a card there. Whereas like when you're up the curve, it's much easier to make a small numbers tweak. At the bottom, it's almost impossible to make small numbers tweaks. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, rearguard, make it a 3-1.
Let's see what else we have in here. Okay, buffs.
Maybe a 4-1.
This is to
fuck it, 4-1 rearguard.
to maybe mend some of the salty wounds right now. Let's see what we got.
I didn't see a Nami nerf.
Okay, so we buffed some champs that
On summon
are scary to buff. One of them is Tom Kench. If Tom Kench is dominating, he can be frustrating to play against. We're hoping this is not going to catapult him to the top, but it will be a substantial buff. So now he basically generates an acquired taste on summon and round start, not just on round start. So you get 1 in hand when you play him. We played a bunch of this to make sure that it felt reasonable. It's definitely stronger. Obviously, this is a bit of an indirect bump to Soraka, his running mate, at least in their main deck too. So we had that in mind, sort of a half eye on Targon. We think this will be exciting for people who like to play Tom Kench. We're hoping it's not too easy.
Okay.
It's too crazy.
And we could try it.
Enjoy it while you can.
We can try it.
Ready to unbench the Kench. I'd really have to commend John Mormon on these puns. They bring me great joy. They bring me great joy.
He's better at it than I am. I don't know about this one as much.
This one I wasn't sure either, but maybe it'll resonate with Chad.
Wow.
This is a direction I saw very few people anticipate, if any, to take Fiora up
4
curve.
4/4.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. So she's up the curve. She's instead of we didn't make her a 4/3, we made her a 4/4.
Holy shit!
I think a lot of the problem with
huge.
Fiora was
she's fucking
was
huge.
that she was at 3, and so she got her
oh my god
condition rolling early. We played a lot with her at 4. We also tried her at 5. But 4 felt good. We'll We'll see what y'all think.
Wow.
This is our. Hopefully, she'll rejoin the meta in a gentle way.
Gentle way?
We'll see.
Bro, come on.
What's the reaction? I can only
Let's
imagine.
be real, dude.
Chat is like, no, and then people are like, that's an interesting change.
What
and
the
then other people
fuck?
just like screaming objections. And I think there's like 3 really happy people. So
Gentle
far.
my ass.
people are also cheering for Jin. They someone says bad at games 1.
She's
says,
fucking
"I don't
big,
like
dude.
Fiora." So I
She's
think
big.
they're nervous about this. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what else is in store.
She's so big.
Master Yi. So Master Yi.
What?
The change that we decided
It's
on
permanent?
is to make his cost reduction permanent. So
What?
When he drops a spell down, it lasts. He's dropped the cost forever. This we're hoping that this opens up some deck space for him. If it doesn't move him enough, we'll probably try to consider.
If that doesn't move
other
him
things.
enough?
We sort of have our eye on him.
Hello?
Take a gradual approach to buffing him. Partially because his level 2,
Holy
once it's rolling, can be a bit of a steamroll, a little frustrating to play against.
How do you
so
play
we
around
wanna
anything?
Take baby steps with.
You can't play around
Master Yi.
anything.
I'm really excited for
Holy
this. He's like
shit.
thematically one of my favorite characters, but I hadn't really played him too much since the patch.
Oh my god.
So I feel like this is like a perfect time to pick
Oh
him
my
up.
god, dude.
It's a great feeling when that cost change just lasts. I will say.
All right.
Ornn. So this is just a sort of small buff for Ornn. We're reducing his level
Okay.
up
Ornn's fine.
to 8 from 10. So
Pretty agreed with
with
TTS. Yeah.
a champion at
I'll
7
read it later,
cost, we
Kat.
want to give you pretty straightforward access to that level up. So this should do it.
Wow. That Yi change is actually insane. Permanent,
Easy to
bro.
level.
What the fuck?
People are scared for this one. I'm seeing a majority of
What
like,
the
no, wait, what?
I mean, Ornn change is
Oh,
fine.
jeez.
That's fine.
I told you this was a spicy patch. I did not lie to you. There's a
Same
lot
card
of
to be
strong
reduced
games.
multiple times.
Sarah
Assumedly.
says this is actually
Assumedly,
terrifying.
yes.
Trolls Ornn.
Wow.
We'll see what happens.
That's fucking crazy,
See,
dude.
Food isn't any fun unless you add spice to it.
That's
And I
fucking
feel like
crazy.
It's the same way with
Right.
patches. So.
Okay, this is also quite a spicy patch.
What?
So, level 1,
attack and
Swain, plus
overwhelm?
1 power. The exciting move, actually, so does level 2.
Holy
The exciting move is
shit.
overwhelm on level 2. So
Holy
this
shit.
highly increases the chance of his next strike and his doing 3 to everyone.
What
so,
the f-
This is
Dude.
quite. This is. I
Plus
think
one
this is the
attack,
most we could
too?
do for Swain. And some.
Holy
So
shit.
it may be a 6 cost decimate, but we try to give a little back to Noxus with this.
Decimate died for this?
Something to do with it.
People seem
Oh
to
my
be really
God.
happy about it. Scared and happy at the same time. So we'll see how
Wow.
it lands.
Wow.
Malawi. So
Okay.
this is just setting her back,
Sure.
righting the wrong,
Sure.
back to 1/6.
Wow, dude. Yeah, fucking Noxus is
We're
back.
hoping that this moves the bar. If it doesn't, we might look at her a little bit again later too. I'd like to get her back. I don't think she had enough
Yeah, they're buffing Levy too. Holy shit.
meta exploration. So it'd be nice to see people making decks with her again. And we certainly want to compensate Alawi a bit for the
Darn
nerf.
Do you want a
packet.
meta shake-up? Here's a darn shake-up.
I also really want to point out John Mormon's excellent Alawi got too harsh a lesson. That was an excellent play on words. Very, very good one.
Oh yeah, that's actually quite clever. I didn't say that.
Wow, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
All right,
Buffs?
bonus.
More buffs. These aren't nerfs.
Oh,
Did
people
Nami
seem
make
to
it through,
be
chat?
Here, let me talk.
Prage
a little bit
Nami
about
made it through?
All right, let's
Prage?
move on.
Ayula.
Or.
So now
Okay.
Ayula will give you either overwhelm or spell
That's
shield.
Grant.
But if you don't pick another target, she will actually instead buff herself. You can also just, even if you have other
Interesting.
targets, you can just
Hmm.
hit done and she'll just buff herself instead. So a lot more flexible a card than it was before.
Yeah,
I don't
people
know.
are really happy about this. People seem
You're just
to
hitting
be
Saga
a
Seeker,
pretty
right?
good. Great change, says Scalar24.
Saga Seeker on 1, Equipment on 2,
someone says,
Ayula
yeah,
on
Panther's
3.
back. Yeah, people
Yeah.
It's kinda
are
scary.
digging this.
It's kind of
Good.
scary.
We really wanted to give Targon a little something in this patch, that's for sure. Okay, this is pretty spicy actually.
Buffs attachments directly.
So now it buffs the attachment paper trade.
Is
so
it
sort of like
Is that supposed?
But
I don't think that matters.
So
Like okay, but
an exciting change because
dope,
the buff is permanent. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what people.
Okay.
People, I think some people have some PTSD with attach here. People,
If
this
attach is
one,
playing fucking paper tree,
the
like, I
court's
don't
out
know, I
on
think
this
we're
one. We
fine.
have some very mixed
I think
reactions.
we're fine.
Rock tree, scissor tree is also quite a good joke.
I think
Oh,
we're fine.
man. Okay, cool. People keep saying half forge. It's half a forge.
Yeah.
All right.
Spiders.
+2?
Ah!
Holy shit.
So this is now
That's a lot.
Really quite
That's
quite
a
big buff
lot.
in a go wide spiders deck.
And
for
Sermon
the
just got
Creeping
nerfed,
Spinner.
chat. That's the big thing. Sermon doesn't
I guess
answer this or
Shrieking, that's
Fiora.
John is just too
Wow.
clever for me. I'm only getting these jokes as I read through them now. So,
Wow.
I found this exciting to
Interesting.
play with when I was testing. So I hope you all will too. It's a lot of spider.
Does it buff
Attack.
itself? Is it a fucking
You
4/4
go
now?
wide, and that's pretty easy to do with spiders. So.
People are just spamming in chat.
Weird. That's a little scary.
We love Twitch
That's a
chat.
little scary.
Okay, the big change on Ritual of Renewal. So we took it way down in cost.
4
from
mana,
7
heal
to
4, draw
4.
heard it's
And
better.
use the healing. So we're hoping that this
It's definitely better, right?
can find a different role. Well, that was a set 1 card that had seen some, but very.
I don't think
limited
it's like
plays.
playable, but it's like
We're hoping that this opens it
better.
up a little bit more.
if you generate it, it's a lot
Good
better.
stuff. People are so funny in Twitch chat. They're like, Ionia buff.
Now Financier has 0 healing
So
hits, by the way.
salty.
Like there's 0 healing hits in Financier.
Okay.
Okay, this is a change you probably
Grant the top
would
ally
not
in your
have
lurk,
guessed.
and it
Ripper's
becomes a
Bane now
lurker.
makes things into lurkers.
It makes it a lurker.
So-
That means it eats the buff now.
This is a very spicy change to this card. We're hoping it
Wow.
allows people to create
Wow.
lurk changes that are lurk decks that we've never seen before.
That's kind of crazy.
So that's the dream with this card.
Wait, can we build lurk
It's very-
outside
I
of
found
lurk
it
now?
Extremely fun to play with when we were testing.
I think this was going to be interesting.
Don't
I
we just
wonder
throw
if
this in
some
every
things
build
that
deck?
like
And then,
didn't
like,
come
your
up
top
in
decked unit
playtest
always
that
has
we
extra
didn't think of,
attack now?
like comes out from this.
Like, this isn't the
there's
lurk
some
card anymore.
surprises.
Right?
I could definitely imagine that there's some surprises.
This just isn't a lurk card anymore. It just gets like
There's a
thrown
lot
into
more
everything.
people,
Right?
making decks out in the world than there are in house. That's for sure.
Wait,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm trying to remember if it was. I think it
I
was
don't know if that's
in a
good, but
discussion
that's
with you
crazy.
and John, and someone mentioned that like in the first
Build
hour
elusive
of the
aggro?
patch
Yeah.
being live, like the amount of
Yeah.
games played across the world
Huh.
is like more than we're even alive for. Like it's so much time that goes.
Yeah,
to,
Huh.
instantly.
That's
instantly,
weird.
Yeah, it might have. I think that sounds like Alex Lee, actually.
And you
That's
just,
I
like,
think
run the
that's
lurk
what he
units
was
now,
doing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Run, like,
He's
certified
dead
half-man.
right. I mean, yeah,
like,
we
some
do
build
our
Jagger
best,
deck.
y'all, but yeah, within 1 hour, you've put in 1,000 more hours than we have.
yeah.
Interesting.
come
I don't
to,
know.
All right.
Leviathan. So,
Seven.
in case you hadn't gotten
Kings
enough
twice?
Swain,
That's 7.
this is
Interesting.
it went a little up and down. So it's cheaper, but it doesn't
Huh.
do as much. It's a little small.
I mean, 7 mana is a
I
huge
think on
buff.
balance, you'll find that this
7
is
mana is
considerably
huge.
stronger. Our game doesn't really go up to 8 as much as it used to.
Levy locking
So I
starting
feel
on
like
turn
this is
7
a
is
place
kind of.
where the Leviathan can do
yeah.
some work, where it probably wasn't doing all that much work at 8. At least that's
Huh.
our theory.
Interesting.
Hopefully, you will enjoy the big metal boat.
A
Nor can
lot of
summon it?
chat is a lot of people are saying, "Oh my gosh, nerf!"
Nor
But
can hit
I
Levy?
feel like what you're saying is that with the cost reduction, it's what
With
was it that
Overwhelmed
you and
Swain
John said
too,
to kind of like
I think this is
justify
good.
like how the change is
I
technically.
think this is probably good.
Oh, I think it's really just it's not clear drawing a Swain on 8 on turn 8 is really going to do that much for you in the pace of
Lurker
our current game.
Scouts.
So
Lurker Scouts
that's,
confirmed.
Obviously.
that's the reasoning. So you
Thanks for
have
the
access
discussion.
to Eterna's abilities sooner. So that's when the game
No
is more likely to be decided.
Timelines doesn't want to hit the
That was
same
our
way, right?
reasoning.
Don't hit like
We'll see
Farron
how
or
it plays out.
Eldred.
There you
Or,
have
like,
it. Oh my god,
Dreadway.
someone is still malding over timelines. There's someone just like, oh, timelines nerf.
We're saying this is a timelines nerf.
Sorry.
Plays one
makes
shiny.
me
Okay.
this one.
Yeah,
That's actually a good
so
change. That's
this
a
is
really good change.
This is a pretty fun
Wait, this
Magical
card
Journey,
is good now, right?
buff. It now works like Bird the Bellringer. It puts a chime right on top, so
This
a
card's
much
just
more
good now,
functional
right?
card. And we're hoping that Realm's character.
I'm pretty sure this card's
play, with a better stat line. Just really was underrated, I think.
So
Public correctly perceived that.
I know that I said I only play Viego, but I did play some Nora because I think Nora's super fun and her entire concept is
Caretaker's still
really
bad,
interesting
but
to me.
Magical
But,
Journeys, like that might be a good card now.
Frank Scaron, one of the other designers, cooked up like a
It was
Nora
3 random
TF
times,
deck
or it was
for me
4, something
that had
like
Realm's
Mhm.
Caretaker in it, and I feel like it was like I was one of the only people playing Realm's Caretaker, and I feel like that deck is pretty good. Oh, I feel like I just spilled my secrets to everybody watching this now, but anywho, I'm glad
The
that
dev
he's getting
tricks.
a little bit of a bump because I think he had his uses, so it's gonna be even better now.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Magical Journey change. I think it's a much more playable card now. than it
Yeah,
was before.
definitely much closer.
Rock Bears
Okay.
+1 health.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
There it is.
Yeah, he's getting another health. All right, we're glad for you, Rock Bear.
We're happy for you, buddy.
Funsmith.
Let's one attack.
So obviously we can't make
That doesn't change
Funsmith
anything,
a
right?
5/4, but 1/3
Okay.
was pretty
Sure.
devastatingly poor. So we're hoping that this lets it move into some decks a little more easily. You know, do a little
Path of
damage.
Champions.
to
Yeah, it's a
actually
Path of
block and kill
Champions
something.
change. That is in fact a buff.
Cool.
Small.
This guy's fucking huge, by the way.
So
Hey,
Mammoth Shaman,
this is
Mammoth
the,
Rager.
this is the
they're just a little
reputation buff,
bigger.
chat. This is the
So
reputation
what
buff.
would a lore patch be without a stealth reputation buff? so the Mammoth Shaman, you can now put your Mammoth Shaman in a reputation deck. I know that this is going to make reputation viable. We're
This
pretty
thing's a 9/9 on turn 7, chat.
well, maybe not, but anyway.
This is a 9/9 on turn
this
7.
card itself is better. We're hoping it'll be more
This thing's
attractive to
fucking
include
huge.
in decks that are
Actually
cards,
fucking huge.
Good
That's
stuff.
crazy.
Good stuff. All right.
Elusive?
Windsinger.
Oh.
Again,
is
just
that
an attempt
playable?
to have this card see play at 6. It hasn't.
That might be
really,
playable. It's
seen
still
much
6
play.
mana.
4/3 is not that exciting a stat
Interesting.
line.
Yeah, this is
3/3
tempo.
Elusive
Yeah,
is
where's
much more,
Darkodius?
exciting
Darkodius?
package could actually.
Playing Yinami?
Neither Julian or I are totally sure what John's joke here is.
Apparently, chat knows.
They
Like,
don't know
chat
the
is losing
Darkodius
right now.
meme.
People like it is tempo, and then other people are saying it is not tempo.
This is
So
tempo.
I think that John has had people. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So John has the secret sauce that we
Interesting.
weren't privy to here.
Oh,
The fucking boomers.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So that is all the changes. But okay, so this has come up in chat a lot, and obviously
No.
this has been discussed a lot
No
in
Nami.
social media.
No
so
Nami
I'm
nerf.
going to
No Nami nerf.
address the mermaid in the room.
Please.
Nami, what's going on?
So basically a couple things. That deck came on, unfortunately, kind of late in our patch cadence.
Come on.
So by the time the
Buffer? Okay.
Nami deck had surfaced, we weren't really in a position to make or test a change to Nami, get it localized, all that.
Okay.
We are looking at stuff now,
No.
so there might be a change sooner rather than later. But even until like this weekend, actually, that deck wasn't really breaking our win rate
That's what I said.
metrics.
People flame me when I said that on
And really,
Twitter.
even now, it only breaks those metrics at the Masters level. It doesn't break them at any other level of the game.
Okay.
So it's a difficult deck to play. But we do have our eye on it. We probably will make a change sooner rather than later to it. I'm not expecting a hot fix, but I am expecting that we'll make a change. We're especially going to keep our eye on it because
No hotfix?
that deck as a whole didn't really take that many hits
No
in this
hotfix?
patch, so we want to make sure that we didn't
No hotfix?
inadvertently buff it. a little more.
No hot
given that
picks?
we've kind of cut away at a lot of things around it. So we definitely have our eye on it. I'm sorry that it is really just
Don't
showed up very
apologize,
late.
bro.
Sorry,
You're doing
y'all.
great.
We didn't
Don't
really have a chance
apologize.
to look at it perfectly by the time this got done. So,
You're
but we are
good, bud.
looking
You
at
fucking
now.
nailed it.
We should be making a change pretty soon if it continues to be a problem.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sure people are happy to know kind of like what's going on.
Thank you.
That's been
Thank you,
in
Plink.
chat a bunch.
Thank you, Plink.
There's been a ton of love for you pouring out in chat. People are saying that you're based. Someone said, "I love this David guy." Yeah, no,
Aikado is going to
everyone
Worlds.
loves you, David.
Pog,
We love you on the team
yep,
too.
croc.
Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it.
I also want to just kind of like talk to you guys directly in chat. Like, let us know how you like this. We said this on Twitter, but we're trying something new. I know everyone on the team is really excited to kind of like get more like, have more open dialogue with you guys like this and get in front of you live and be able to re-chat and interact. Like I mentioned, I just joined, I'm the new community manager and we're hoping to do stuff like this. So if you liked it, let us know on Twitter, let us know on Reddit, Discord. We have our eyes on everything. Thank you guys so much. Do you want to say any closing statements, David?
No, I don't have any big closer, unfortunately. I think go for it. Find decks. I hope you find some really exciting stuff. We'll be keeping our eye on what develops and try to make changes to make sure it is and stays a fun environment for y'all. That's our goal. So I'm really grateful that
Walrus made the jokes, Arcodius.
As much as I love
talking
to the influencers, which I've done a few times for the earlier patches, it's nice that everyone gets access to the changes at the same time. I think that's really healthy and good for everybody to share as much as we can. What's coming up. So I was very excited when he mentioned that we were doing this. So.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to do this too. I know you guys are super busy.
All right, who has the Reddit post with all the
changes?
changes?
What is your Twitter handle so that they can like interact with you?
Plink.
Okay, cool. And mine is Jules with a Z, JP. Yeah, we're gonna try to do more stuff like this and just be more open with you guys, as well as we have some other articles. I know there's I see you, Jason, asking about Worlds. We have an article coming out within a few weeks. So I see you. I see every message. I watch your guys' videos, all of you influencers. So anywho, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully join us for the next one. We're going to sign out now. Yeah, good luck on all your games.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Yo, that was sick as hell. I'll say it. That was sick as hell. I actually really like that. I like getting the here, let me change my settings back a little bit so you guys don't get blown out the next time I play music. Because that was they were very quiet. That was really cool that they were able to give us the insight into what changes they're making and why they're making them. Like even just like base level, them just like talking about it, like the decks that they my tweet apparently doesn't have the right Plink. I'm pretty sure it's literally the right Plink, right? Plink, game designer for LOR, right? Is there more than one Plink? There's no shot there's more than one Plink. There's no shot there's more than one Plink. What the fuck are you talking about? But no. It's actually so sick. It's actually so sick. Again, like even being able to just, hear them talk about like what decks they're talking about, what sort of things that they're looking at when they're making these changes is like really nice. But damn, that was actually so sick. Had Mo already respond to my tweet? Bro, Mo, if I ever mention seasonals, he's always there to remind me that I lost to him. That's what he lives for, man. Mo's like up 24/7. I could fucking tweet at like 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 4 a.m. He'll be there. Mo will be there. Explanation of the decimate change, even if you disagree. Yeah, I definitely get it, right? Like they're looking at these aggro decks as like being an issue. And, hitting an aggro deck's really hard because they don't have a lot of stats. They have a lot of, if you nerf like rear guard, maybe they just start playing more precious pets or, whatever. I definitely get why they're trying to like hit decimate. And they're saying like decimate, is sort of taking the fall for a lot of other cards that they just can't hit. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, you already hit Sermon. It's not like aggro was doing too crazy before, right? I don't know. I'm open to it though. I'm open to it. I honestly, just hearing them talk about it, like, I'm more open to changes after I hear them talk about it. Was a modder dedicated to my Twitter? Yeah. Thoughts on Nami Yi? No idea. Nami doesn't want to like drop Yi on 3, but like free cards, I don't know, man. Yi's thing being permanent? Holy shit. Holy shit. We got a peak nerf? Wait. Is that what I got added with? Did I get added? Oh, I got added with all the changes. Wait, did I just get raided? Yo, what's up? Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the raid. Legend of Runeterra, let's go. Let's go. You came just in time. We were watching the same thing you were. I think we have all the changes here. Damn, yo, thank you so much for the raid. I hope everyone had a good time. That was really sick. If anyone is still here who put that on, I love that. You guys being able to give us more insight into the changes that you're making, why you're making them, what you're looking at. It was super cool. I'm glad you guys did that. I hope you continue to do that. But yeah, this is tempo, chat. This raid is tempo, if you think about it. Leona. Dude, the Leona changes. She's Challenger. She's actually just Kayn now, right? She's like a Kayn that doesn't like turn into Red Kayn, but she still stuns whenever you Daybreak. Or no, she doesn't stun when you Daybreak. She still stuns. Her Daybreak is still stunning. Wow. Sun Guardian doesn't have Overwhelm, so I don't know if that card's playable. Well, screen Discord is a dangerous game. I'm just not going to scroll, and we're good to go. We're fine. We're fine. Put some respect on your girl. Kayn wishes he was Leona. True. She gets what? Barrier? When does she get Barrier? Okay, so wait, on level 2, she still does? Daybreak, or when you activate another Daybreak, stun the strongest enemy and give me Barrier. So she still does do the stun thing, but she just also gets Barrier. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Solari Stellacorn. One thing that I've talked about before with Daybreak is the Daybreak a lot of times builds up a board and then has trouble protecting that board, right? They want to maintain their units. They want to be beating you down. They want to have a value board. So having something like Stellacorn that like buffs up just the health on your whole board, like either it heals them all, or it just like, helps to sort of maintain board. I think it's actually a really cool change. I like that approach. I actually really like that approach. I think Stellacorn's like definitely a much better card in this deck now. Much better card. I think Sun Guardian is like, it doesn't have Overwhelm, so I don't know if its stats matter, but like after one Daybreak, it's a 3/4. Maybe it's okay. Wait, it just is a 3/4. Wait, it buffs off of its own thing. Wait. Okay, wait a second. I didn't read this right. It buffs itself off of its own Daybreak. So this just is a 3/4. This is just a 3-mana 3/4. Wait a second. Okay. That's a little scary. I didn't realize that. No, that's interesting. Moonlight, or Morning Light rather. +1/+1 this round. Activate an ally's Daybreak. So you activate one ally. So instead of stacking a ton of stuns, you just get 1 or 2. You could pick Leona. If you have flipped Leona, and then you Daybreak Morning Light. Oh wait, this doesn't Daybreak anymore. Wait, Morning Light isn't a Daybreak card. Are these leaks? No, they just put them out. Riot just did a stream with all these. Wait a second, chat. It doesn't Daybreak anymore. That's really interesting. It should be fast speed. It'd be kind of weird as fast speed. Sunburst to 5 mana is actually crazy. That feels like a crazy move. Targon got a lot of buffs this patch. I wonder if Targon comes back. It's actually really interesting. And they just have a 3-mana 3/4 now. Like maybe there's a Targon beatdown deck or a Targon tempo deck. Damn. I don't know. It's really interesting. Like I'm much more excited to play Leona now. I mean, like, let's see, Daybreak a second time in a turn. That is true. But like, so like without Ravune, yeah. And Ravune can't hit it anymore. Damn. I wonder if we just main deck it. Nocturne with Fearsomes. I mean, so Nocturne's just getting like splashed into a into like some aggro spiders deck, right? Which I think is like okay. That definitely sounds okay. Nocturne wasn't bad before, and like there's definitely some annoying things that could happen with this card now. But he has 4 mana. I don't know if spiders, especially with a Decimate nerf. I don't know. We'll have to see. have to see. Nocturne's problem wasn't leveling up, or was leveling up. Kind of, maybe. Like that's the reason why it was only played in Nightfall, right? I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see if he actually sees play. Tree Line's interesting. I read this and I'm like, oh, well, it's still not good. Because even if you like nut draw, right? You have like Precious Pet on 1, Precious Pet on 2, Precious Pet on 2. You have 3 Precious Pets on turn 3. You play down Tree Line. You attack with the 3 Precious Pets. It summons a Valmaw. You aren't attacking with the Valmaw until like turn 5. But, I mean, it's big. It's big and it buffs up your other fearsome allies. Like, this might be playable. It's actually so interesting. It's definitely a lot closer to being playable, right? Like, these are really interesting changes that are, like, exciting to test with. What's a Viego nerf? +1 cost. +1 cost, and you got +1/+1. But, yeah. Seems pretty good with the level to least. True. To be fair, if you're flipping least, you probably won the game anyway. But, yeah. Playing Shurima to pull value from a landmark? Maybe? I don't know. Hate Spike. Thank God. Great revert. Holy shit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hate Spike was broken. Mark of the Storm also got reverted. I know that people were talking about, like, this isn't the issue with Ken and Ezreal. I mean, this is, like... Ken and Ezreal was literally unplayable before this. They buffed it up to where it dealt 3 damage, and suddenly Ken and Ezreal was, like, unbeatable when it drew well. So I think, like, reverting this is, like, great. The sign-in hit, I'm not, like, crazy about the sign-in hit, but I think it's fine. I'm not, like, too upset with a sign-in hit. I think it's fine. It wasn't really hitting decks other than Ken and Ezreal, but like if they really want to kill Ken and Ezreal, I think this is like fine. It's like it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm definitely not upset about them nerfing the best Fox in the game. I'm definitely not upset about that. I would never be upset about that. But even still, I mean, concurrent timelines, we were all expecting it. I'm down for 2 mana. I don't know. Does this kill the deck? Probably not. Timelines is like still playable. But holy shit. Holy shit. Targon's peak actually got hit, dude. I'm starting to worry, chat. I'm starting to worry. I complained about Ravine, and Ravine got nerfed. I don't think the Ravine nerf was very big. But then I started complaining about Peak, and now Peak got hit. Chat, I'm a little bit scared. What is the next card that we go after? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to be very careful with the power that we wield. But honestly, I'm so happy. I think that Peak just created such uninteresting games that I could not be more happy to have a card just like not be playable. Drop order Nami? No, chat. Nami doesn't have to. Chat, Nami does not have to get hit. No, chat. I know you think Nami has to get hit. Nami doesn't. Well, it does. Okay. Let me revise. Nami does have to get hit, but after I win the seasonals, okay? After I win the seasonals. Yeah. All right, Harrowing, 10 mana. I don't know if, like, I thought that Gwen Katarina was, like, that much of an issue. It was definitely, like, a solid deck, but, like, especially since Ari eating, like, a Hate Spike nerf, I don't know if Harrowing needed to get hit. I theorized that this was, like, trying to hit Nami SI, because they knew that Nami had to get hit at some point this patch, but, like, they weren't expecting the Ionia one to be any good. Which I think is, like, super reasonable. And, like, if this was, but it sounded like they were mainly aiming towards... Cat, so I mean, I don't know. I'm not like too broken up about it, but I don't think it needed a nerf, but I think it'll be okay. Gwen Cat doesn't run Hate Spike. It depends. Some people have been on it like several times. There's like a million different versions of the deck, but yeah. Ride of Calling, dope. Ride of Calling has led to so many degenerate strategies. I'm just happy to see Shurima take a fucking nerf for once. Dude, Shurima has been just dodging. They pick up every single good card in the game. Shurima has been living life. Thank God that Ride of Calling got hit. I'm down for it. Shurima, down with Shurima, bro. Down with Shurima. Okay. We're doubling up on him. Pog. We really wanted to see those. Riptide Sermon. Dope. Deal 3, especially, okay, so, all right, so there's really interesting things. I'm spoiling ahead. Fiora to a 4/4, as well as there was another card, Shrieking Spinner is now at 4 health. If these cards are good, Sermon getting nerfed down to only dealing 3 is, like, really impactful. Like, really impactful. Like, going from 4 to 3, like, definitely matters. But deal 1 to the enemy nexus, spawn 3. This card might still be playable. It might still be playable. It's hard to say. It's definitely not best card in the game anymore. But I would not be surprised if we still see this card quite a bit. Especially in like Plunder. Plunder does kind of like lose pirates. That was like its main, like it was farming pirates. So if pirates like goes away with the decimate nerf, then like maybe Plunder just goes away too. But yeah, 7 mana value for 6. Yeah, it's still tri-beaming, right? It's still tri-beam, where it removes something and summons something at the same time. But yeah, I think we all knew Sermon was getting hit. I think there's like a reasonable way to hit Sermon without, like, you're at least baiting me into thinking that this card might be playable, which is probably like a good way to go about nerfing it, right? You probably still want this card to be playable. Tom Kench, I've talked about how like I think that Tom Kench, when he's like good and playable, is like a pretty toxic card, because like playing cards into Tom Kench is just, oftentimes you're just not allowed to play cards into them, right? And I think that it's pretty toxic. Tom needs regen. You're higher than a goddamn kite, homie. You're higher than a goddamn kite. Don't they just run Elusive Decimate now? I mean, then it's a lot worse, right? I think Elusive Decimate's a lot worse than Decimate. But yeah, no, I'm not crazy about a Tom Kench buff, but we'll see how it goes. A lot of people were already like talking about putting Tom Kench and Nami to play for mirrors. And I would not be surprised if like TK Nami became like the tournament deck. I don't know if like TK Nami would like hit ladder, but I would not be surprised to see like TK Nami in a tournament deck. Fiora, holy shit. I did not expect 4 mana Fiora. I did not expect 4 mana Fiora, especially 4 mana 4/4. She's big. She is big. Importantly, she doesn't curve into Shen anymore. That's worth noting. But 4 health, man. Whew. Especially with equipment in the game. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I really don't know. This is scary. This is genuinely really scary. Also, doesn't she just get like thrown into decks? Like she doesn't. You don't even have to like all in on Fiora anymore. She's just a 4 mana 4/4 with Challenger. She's chunky. She's just gonna eat people alive. She just gets thrown into like a value deck that like sometimes she wins the game just automatically. She's just good. She's good. She's Jace now. Yeah, but she's Jace in a region that actually has buffs. And Jace in PNZ isn't that great because like he's only ever eating 2 units max, right? But like Fiora in Demacia, I mean, that's scary. That's really scary. Fiora using catch, yeah. Oof. But I mean, to be fair, with a Swain buff, maybe we can hold Fiora back. I'm excited for Swain. Master Yi, oh my god, this is scary. If he just like chills on board, he's just like making a card in your hand free. Oh my god. We talked about how bad Master Yi was. This is a way to make people play Master Yi. At minimum, he hits meme decks, right? At minimum, he hits like some meme FTR deck. But dear God, playing around cards against Master Yi is going to be the most obnoxious thing on the planet, especially because Ionia has like Wuju style, has Momentous Choice, Deny, 3 mana Deny. Oh my god, there are so many just absolutely annoying cards you just can't play around anymore. I'm definitely scared about this. He can hit 0 mana cards. I mean, maybe they'll just low roll and you'll just have a 0 mana Momentous Choice all game. Gosh, I can't believe you have a 0 mana Momentous Choice. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that. I'm worried, but you know, he's probably a lot more playable. Ornn buff, dope, great. Ornn needed a buff. I'm down for an Ornn buff. I don't know how impactful this is, but it's a great change. I'm down for it. I'm definitely down for it. Swain, dude. Oh, I'm excited for Swain. Especially with 7 mana Levy. Levy only pinging twice is like definitely impactful. You know, you're not locking boards like as efficiently as before, but Swain is huge. Oh my god, how do you block Swain? How do you deal with Swain? If you aren't literally Ionia, doesn't Swain just like eat your entire board alive? Like, that's scary. Swain is really scary. I'm excited for it though. I love these Noxus Flock decks. You know, maybe you just play like Swain Sermon, like Swain TF. Oh yeah, it's Swain TF, and you just play like Tempo, right? Oh, it's actually so hot. No, I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this. Servant is literally half of his level up. Like, damn. Especially people are playing like Fiora. Oh yeah, no, it's exciting. To be fair, like Ionia is still gonna make him cry probably, but it's still kind of cool. Alawi, yeah, she needed it. Dope. Of course. Yeah. Ayula, this is scary in like specifically Pantheon, right? Like just being able to curve. You play like Saga Seeker on 1. You slap the Lodestone equipment on him on 2, and then like you just give him Overwhelm on 3, and that's like a scary, scary curve. And she's a 3/3. Like her stats aren't bad. Depending on matchups, like Spell Shield might be better. I don't know. It being Grant is like huge. She's like less of like an all-in card and more of just like you slap Overwhelm or Spell Shield on something really annoying and your opponent has to deal with that. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. 2 buffs for Kai'Sa. So it's or, so it doesn't give both keywords for Kai'Sa. But yeah, it's definitely scary. Paper Tree. Okay. I think this card is still unplayable. I think that you could make this card 1 mana. I still wouldn't play it. You could make this card 0 mana, and like I would have to think about it. I'd have to like really think about it before I would even consider putting this card in my deck. I don't know. Shrieking Spinner's kind of scary. +2 attack is a lot. Especially because spiders, like, it buffs itself. So it's a 4 mana 4/4. It's buffing like all the little tiny spiders that like you haven't been dealing with. Like maybe spiders comes back. If it does come back, if spiders does come back, then like maybe whale comes back. You know, maybe we still see SI stick around, but like a more control-y SI. I don't know. That's scary. This thing has 4 health too. 4 health is hard to deal with for a lot of decks. Especially since Sermon got nerfed. No, it's a scary card. That's a scary card. Ritual Renewal. I don't think this card's main deckable still, right? I'm pretty sure this card's not main deckable. 4 mana, heal 4, draw 1. It's a card. It certainly is a card. I don't know. I think the most important thing is that you can't hit healing in Financier anymore, right? Financier cannot hit healing. But Financier can hit Decimate now. So, I don't know. Have to see. It's a big slow guiding? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Ripper's Bay. Ripper's Bay is so interesting. So not only do you always lurk, and your unit on top turns into a lurker. It can still hit healing. What healing? Oh, it can hit the roar, right? Threatening roar or revitalizing roar. No, you're right, Silverfuse. You're right. So you turn your top card into a lurker, which is important, guys, because when you turn it into a lurk card, that doesn't give it the buff. The thing that gets buffed is lurkers. So lurkers, you're like giving the buff to whatever it hits on top. Is really interesting. If it's a spell, you don't lurk. Is that what it actually says? Top ally? Is that like actually what it means? But yeah, I feel like this is getting like thrown into some weird bilge elusive, bilge aggro. I don't know. This feels like it's just like, isn't it just like buffing all the units in your hand or in your deck? I don't know. It's kind of scary. It says ally. Yeah. I don't know. I just know because like spells can get lurk, right? Spells can have lurk. So that's why I'm saying. But yeah, no, and if it's only hitting units, I don't know. Even then, it's interesting because like maybe you can build lurk without full lurk units. It's an interesting card. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. It's very hard to tell, but it's a very interesting card. Levy to 7. I mean, great. I love Levy. I love Swain. 7 mana. I mean, especially if like Targon's coming back, like this probably it is a bummer that this happens on the patch where like Targon Daybreak just gets like absolutely revolutionized, right? So like Equinox is still making you cry. But you know, especially if like Swain is good, I mean, you're like curving into this better. I don't know, it's exciting. It's really exciting. It only hits twice, yeah, but like, do you really need 3 stuns? Come on. Don't be greedy, chat. Don't be greedy. Magical Journey. I think this card's like playable. This card was like absolutely unplayable before. I think this card's like maybe playable now. Because like Mysterious Portal in the top 4, like if you're able to take like sort of the tempo loss from like not just playing a unit, I think that this like could be really solid. Just like planting a chime on top of your deck. This is much better than it was before. I don't know if it actually sees play, but like it's much closer to being main decked now. Rome's Caretaker, going up to 5 health. Okay. I think this card's like probably better than people give it credit for. Like +1/+1 and impact is like, that's a lot of stats, but like it doesn't matter that much on defense, and like on offense, you have to like stick this thing. Have you guys ever tried to stick an Ava Achiever? Like, I don't know. We'll see. Grumpy Rock Bear to a 5/5. Like, okay. I don't know how impactful this is. Like, Malphite doesn't really care about this, right? Because Malphite was like salt spiring and like copying it anyway, so it doesn't really care. So like maybe naturalist. Maybe there's like a naturalist deck where it where like this matters. It's okay. I'm down for it. Dope. Yeah, naturalist. I think naturalist is like the big card for it. Funsmith. I talked about how I didn't want Funsmith buffed. So I mean, if its buff is just increasing its attack and it's still like relatively easy to remove, I'm super down for that. I think that like it going up to 4 mana on the patch where like Sermon got nerfed would be really scary. But yeah, I'm super down with this. This is like, as far as Funsmith changes go, this is about as innocuous as it could get. Mammoth Shaman's huge. This card is huge. Chat, on turn 7, this thing is a 9/9. This is a 9/9 with Overwhelm. Having 5 health makes it so much harder to remove before it transforms, right? This thing is scary. It is a turn 7 9/9. I mean, I don't know. That's a scary card. I don't know if it's enough to like, you know, fix whatever deck it's trying to go into, you know, like Overwhelm or like Ashel Blanc, but that is a scary card. 10/10 with knock attack. Yeah, 10/10 and as impact. Windsinger Elusive is like straight up a scary card. It's elusive now. This feels like it's almost playable. Like, this is just a card. This just like is a good card, right? It's will on a stick that gives you an elusive. I mean, I think this is just a good card. I think this is like straight up just a good card. Yeah, I don't know what deck it hits. But like it's definitely a solid card, I think. 3 mana recall. Kind of, if you like compare it to like solitary. But yeah. Were there any other changes? Oh, Viego, right? Yeah, Viego is 6 mana and +1/+1. 6 mana, 6/5, which is a great change. I think that Viego has been an issue for a long time. He's been hitting very high tier decks for a long time. And the fact that he like finally ate a nerf, I think that's like a reasonable nerf. Hydrovine is still the best 7-drop in the entire game. You know, Camivorn Soldier is one of the best 3-drops in the entire game. I think Swain will be okay. Swain can eat a nerf for a little while. But yeah, overall, I'm excited for the patch. Let's talk about Nami for a second. I've gone I talked at length about Nami. Nami, let's set the ground rules, okay? Nami is OP right now. Nami is in a broken deck right now. Nami is going to be an issue. But I think it's like super reasonable that they're confirming that the deck wasn't putting up the numbers necessary at the time that they were looking at nerfing it, right? I think it's totally reasonable. Nami's going to be an issue for the next like 2 weeks, but when they say that she's going to get nerfed sooner rather than later, I would not be surprised if when we get new content after the seasonals, it comes with a Nami nerf. I would not be surprised at all. But yeah, overall, I'm excited to win a fucking seasonals with Nami. There's real changes? Yes. Riot just went over them on stream. I'm pretty sure how open they are about this. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's actually incredible that they came out and they were willing to not only like interact with chat, by the way, which was pretty funny, but like give us like more insight into the changes that they're making. And at the end of the day, I think it's really cool that they're just like putting a face to a name, right? Especially if our only interactions are to these rioters is like through reading their patch notes or like seeing their icon on Twitter. I think that just having like real people talk to us, I think that's really valuable. I think it's really valuable. Yeah, I'm excited for the patch. I think that the patch is probably going to be really good. Oh, I'm so excited to see if like Daybreak is good. 3 mana 3/4 in Targon. Whew. Whew. Yeah, those are real people. New community manager seems like a fun guy. Yeah. LR's Legends of Runeterra. He wasn't even on there. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited for it. We'll see how it goes. Oh, goodness, chat. What are the changes you guys are excited for?